Hi, I'm Lynette, and welcome to another episode of I'm Not Buying It, where I sit and talk about all the new makeup releases that I'm not gonna buy. There are a couple of makeup products here today, though, that I really want to talk to you about, so let's get into it. Alright, so I have scooted over so we can get into these new makeup releases. If you like these types of videos, makeup hauls, swatches, reviews, and tutorials, then I hope you'll consider subscribing because I'm here every Saturday with all of that and then some. So let's get into it, shall we? The first thing I want to talk about is Natasha Denona. She has a new pastel palette coming out. It's available in Europe right now, and it should be on its way to the US if it's not here already by the time I'm filming this. And it is, do we have a name yet? I don't know if we have a name. They're just calling it the pastel eyeshadow palette. Maybe that's the name. And this one is full of spring Easter vibe pastel colors, and it is 15 pan palette. This is the midi size, so it will, or it should, retail here for $65. And yeah, so I think this, I like this, okay? I like that Natasha Denona, one of these high-end / luxury brands, is putting out a pastel palette, something that we have not, probably will not see from the likes of Tom Ford and what's some other, like Charlotte Tilbury. And we're still hoping to see something like this from Pat McGrath. I really wish Ms. McGrath would take a page out of Ms. Denona's book here and get into some color. Now, Natasha Denona did come out with the Circle Loco palette. I believe that was last year. So she's not afraid to bring us a colorful color story, and which I appreciate. Now, I didn't buy the Circle Loco because, I don't know, those colors just looked real garish to me. That color story looked real garish to me. And I have all those shades already, but I still thought it was wonderful that Natasha Denona went in that direction. Now, with that palette, it was a full-size $129 palette, which I think probably hurt that release a little bit, because for those people that are afraid of color, don't want or don't like to do bold color on their eyes, I think they definitely ran from that palette. Whereas I think if it had been a $65 mini palette, then I think more people would have, because of the lower price point, would have bought it, I think. And you know, maybe they wouldn't have used it as often, but they wouldn't have paid as much. So it seems like Natasha, maybe she learned from that experience. I don't know, but this one is going to be a midi size $65 palette, and I think that's perfect, and I think it's really pretty. Now, there are swatches on models here in this photo, one of a deeper skin tone, and all the swatches look very pigmented. Because, you know, when as someone with a deeper skin tone, and I look at pastel shades and pastel palettes, the first thing I'm thinking is, ash. Like, is that gonna really show up on me? But I do have the Natasha Denona Glam palette, and there were a couple of light shadows in there, seemingly light shadows in there, but that I didn't think were gonna show up on me. But once I applied them to the skin and blended them out, they were actually deeper on my skin than they appeared in the pan. So that might be the case with these as well. And I think it's pretty, I think it's smart, and yeah, I think this is an exciting launch. Now, why am I not going to buy it? I'm not buying it because I don't wear pastel shadows very often at all, and I feel like I have enough. I have a pastel eyeshadow palette in my collection already that is perfectly fine, that meets all of my pastel needs, and that is the one from Plain and Makeup by Yolanda. This is the Jamrock Colored with Shoshana pastel palette, and oh, let me put it over here. And you know, if you follow me here, you already know this. You've already heard me talk about this palette. And it's got all the similar matte shades that are in this Natasha Denona palette are in this palette. You do have a few shimmers here. It looks like the Natasha Denona has at least one duochrome in it. This one does not have any duochromes, but it does have some metallics. And yeah, I find this palette to suit all my pastel needs. In addition to that, in the Blend Bunny Surge palette, there is a row of pastels in this palette, this one right here. So for me and for how often I wear pastel shadows, I'm good. I have enough of them in my collection already, and I don't feel the need to buy another palette. So yeah, I won't be buying it. But let me know in the comments below, is this a palette you're thinking of picking up? Is it on your wish list? Let me know. All right, so speaking of Natasha's foray into color, and in mentioning Ms. Pat McGrath, we do have a new release from Mother Pat. And it is a kit. It is the Dark Star 006 V3 kit that just recently launched, is available now on her website. And in this kit, you do get a Permagel Ultra Glide eye pencil in Extreme Black, a Mayron Mixing Medium, a Triochrome eyeshadow in VR Sextra Galactic. Okay, and a Cyber Electric Eye Gloss for $50. Now you cannot buy this multi-chrome shadow by itself. You have to buy it in a kit for right now anyway. And I really love the fact that Pat McGrath is coming out with another multi-chrome shadow, because I suspect, I mean, if it's the same formula as the one that she included in the Mothership 2 and the Mothership 8 Divine Rose 2 palette, that extraterrestrial multi-chrome in that palette is gorgeous. That formula is so beautiful. That shift is gorgeous. So if that formula is the same as this one, it's going to be a beautiful eyeshadow. This multi-chrome VR Sextra Galactic, it shifts teal to purple to pink, and it looks beautiful. It looks absolutely beautiful. I've only heard good things about the Permagel Ultra Eye Pencil in Extreme Black. I hear that it's very creamy, and I've seen in her demonstrations it appears to be very creamy, very pigmented, very easy to smudge and blend. Pat has used it in many eye looks and her makeup artist for creating smoky eye, the basis for smoky eye looks. So that's great. This Mayron Liquid Mixing Medium, I've been interested in trying the Mayron Mixing Medium. I've heard a lot about it, and I'm interested in trying it, but I'm not buying it. And the reason why I'm not buying this kit is because I already have multi-chromes, at least 2, maybe 3, probably more like 3 at this point in my collection that can dupe this Sextra Galactic multi-chrome here. I have multi-chromes that make these shifts already. I think one is even in the limited edition Danessa Myricks Lightwork 3 palette. And, you know, amongst all my other indie eyeshadow singles and palettes, I have that already. You know, for me, a black eye pencil is a black eye pencil. A creamy one is nice, but I don't usually use black eyeshadow pencils as the basis of my smoky eyes. I use a black eyeshadow, and you know, I have plenty of black eye pencils, so I don't need another one. The Mayron Mixing Medium, although I am interested in trying it, I don't really need it. I already have the Duraline from Inglot, which is the same thing, and I'm happy with that. And I really don't use that much. The only time I use it is when I'm using gel eyeliners in a pot. I don't often use it to mix an eyeshadow for an eyeliner. And I have multi-chrome eyeliners already. Actually, the one that I use today from Sugar Drizzle has a purple and to pink, I think. I think it has the same shift as this eyeshadow here. And this Cyber Clear eye gloss, I can't foresee a time when I would ever put a gloss on my eyelids. So I'm not going to buy this kit, but you know, it's too bad. I really hope that she'll put this eyeshadow single into a kit, into an eyeshadow palette, a mothership palette in the near future. Come on, Pat. Come on, Pat. Can you give us? Come on, Pat. Give us some more color. Give us some some jewel tones, some multi-chromes, some duochromes. I'll take whatever. That would be great if you did a palette like that. Take a page out of Natasha's book for a moment. You know, that would be great. That would be great. But yeah, I'm not buying this. All right, next up we have, this is a brand I know close to nothing about. It's CXC Beauty. Now, I've heard of them before, but I don't know anything about them. And I did go on their website when I saw this palette, you know, to look around. And it is an indie brand run by 2 gay men. And, you know, their whole mission, one of the owners, he is Hispanic, he's Puerto Rican. So the mission for the brand is to make quality makeup at an affordable price for all skin tones, for all economic levels, for everybody, which I think is great. And I did go on the website, and they have a lot of palettes like this, monochromatic palettes that are all very pretty. They're all very pretty. And this one is the Lady Luck. This is a whole collection, but I'm just going to talk about the palette. The palette is gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's $54. You get 12 green mattes and shimmers, and it looks like they're equally divided. So 6 mattes and 6 shimmers, and they look beautiful. I don't know what the formula is because I've never tried anything from this brand, but just the color story alone, oh, you know how I feel about green eyeshadows. Oh, and this is a beautiful, beautiful green monochromatic palette, but you know I'm not buying it. As I've mentioned many times before, I have enough monochromatic green eyeshadow palettes in my collection already, between Beauty Bay, the Wilderness, and the Antidote from Be Perfect, and my BH Cosmetics Pistachio, and my Melt Cosmetics Smoke Sessions. Like, I was gonna say I have enough. I don't know if you can ever have enough green eyeshadow or monochromatic green palettes, but I'm good. I feel like I'm good, and as tempting as this is, I'm not buying it. Speaking of Ace Beauté, they have released their Pout Perfect Lip Collection with 5 pigmented lipsticks, creamy lipsticks, 7 velvety soft matte liquid lipsticks, 4 smooth gliding lip liners, 3 luxe lip glosses, and a rejuvenating lip oil. And yeah, they're beautiful. I think they range from like $16 to $15 or $17. They're beautiful. I think the packaging is so gorgeous. That in itself makes me want to buy something. So pretty. Even the lip liners, the tops for the lip liners, just so beautiful. But yeah, I'm not buying it. I have plenty of lipstick and glosses and liners that I'm not using. I'm not wearing lipsticks most of the week because I'm still wearing a mask. So yeah, that's an easy skip for me. So I'm not buying that. Speaking of monochromatic eyeshadow palettes, C Color Cosmetics, they're coming out with a couple, with I think 2, right? Yeah, so let's talk about Heavenly Rose. Now, C Color Cosmetics, they are an affordable brand that they've done a lot of dupe palettes, like they've duped Huda Beauty and other high-end eyeshadow palettes, high-end brands. So they're coming out with Heavenly Rose. Now, I don't know if this is a dupe of anything. It doesn't look familiar, but it's very pretty. It's 14 shades and it's only $12. The packaging is really cute and the color story is really pretty. You have a mix of mattes and shimmers. And I don't know what the C Color Cosmetics eyeshadow quality is like. I've never tried them before, but the palette is really pretty and pretty affordable too. And then they have the neutral instant palette, another 14 colors. It says eyeshadow and pressed pigment palette, so there's some pressed pigments in here. And I'm assuming, yeah, it's $12 as well. You get 10 mattes and 4 shimmers, which looks like the same as the rose palette. And yeah, really, I like this color story as well. You have some really deep, dark mattes, some cool tones in here, and some neutral blending shades, and yeah, really pretty neutral, cool tone neutral palette. But you know, I have all the cool tone neutrals I think I need in my collection. Between my my Stone Cold Fox palette and from ColourPop and my Natasha Denona Glam palette, I think I'm good. But really, really, really pretty. And what do we have next from Goss Makeup Artist? This is available now. I don't even know why I'm talking about this, to be honest with you, but this is available now. And it is, he's got 2 lipsticks that have come out for $28 each. And honestly, I've seen the swatches of these lipsticks in someone else's video, and they're like the same color, like slightly, one is like slightly deeper than the other. Otherwise, they're practically the same shade. And then he has, it says 2 blushers. So yeah, so there's 2 different blushers. They come with a highlighting shade and a blush. One is the Desert Blossom and one is the Sweet Wildflower. And again, these don't look very different either. And from the photos, I have not seen these swatched live in a video, but just from these photos, maybe it's the lighting, it looks really light. Now there are swatches, there are promo swatches, and it looks like both will show up on deeper skin tones, but them product photos, it's like, what kind of sorcery is gonna make those show up on me? But I don't know. I just, you know, Mr. Goss, his history is not very good when it comes to making products that will work for a diverse population of people, meaning that people my skin tone and deeper tend to get left out. So we'll see. We'll see. I know there have been videos up. I haven't bothered to watch them because I know I'm not buying it. So let me know in the comments if this is something you're interested in or if you already picked it up. From Danessa Myricks, we have the Yummy Skin Collection. Now, if you feel familiar with Danessa Myricks and her products, she really is all about natural, glowy skin. So she has her cream contours and her cream liquid blushes that you can use on the lips, on the eyes, on the cheeks. She's really all about your natural skin kind of like glow coming through, like skin-like beauty, okay? Glowy skin-like beauty. And so this Yummy Skin Collection fits perfectly into her aesthetic and into her brand. It's 26 shades of the Yummy Skin Serum Foundation, medium coverage, buildable, $34, and then there are refills for $24. And then there's the Yummy Skin Glow Serum, 2 shades, nourishing oils for $34, and those are available now. So the products that I have from Danessa Myricks, I have her balm contour, which is a cream contour, which I really like. I have samples of the liquids, blushers that you can, I don't remember the names. I don't know if they're color fixed, but I don't remember the name, but you can use them on your face in different areas, which I also really like. And yeah, so I'm loving the quality of her stuff, and I'm sure this is going to be beautiful and really pretty. But I'm really, as a person that's oily, I have oily skin, I don't mind a glow, but you know, it's kind of lost on me because any glowy face product or cream product that I put on, I'm going to set with powder. So yeah, it kind of gets lost for me. But I won't be purchasing any of this, but I'm sure it's going to be beautiful. And yeah, so I'm not buying it. And then I wanted to talk about Byredo. Byredo has a new eyeshadow palette. Now they came out with I think 2 eyeshadow palettes previously. Was it last year, year before last? They've come out with eyeshadow before. I've never tried them. And they have a new palette. Actually, one of the palettes that they released previously, was it one palette? I was really interested in, but it's very expensive. And I've never used this brand before, so this palette is no different. It's the Flora Kalahari eyeshadow palette, 18 shades for $96. Yes, ma'am. And it looks like, I mean, it's a very warm tone neutral palette, which I think would be very attractive to most folks, right? You get a little bit of color in there, but for the most part, it's neutral and a lot of shimmers. It looks like maybe there's like 1, 2, maybe there's 3, 4. It looks like there's a few mattes in it, but it looks, it's pretty shimmer heavy. Looks really pretty though. Looks really pretty. But I like the packaging too. The packaging is pretty too. But yeah, you know, I'm really not much into warm neutral color stories, and for $96, I feel like I have enough of them in my collection already. So I'm not buying it. And lastly, I do want to talk about, because I did mention it in a previous video, but this product is now available from Dior, and it's the Backstage Flash Perfector Concealer. It's available now on their website for $29. There's 22 shades. It's caffeine infused, full coverage, natural glow finish. I don't know how I feel about a glow finish under my eyes. And it's waterproof. And you know, I love the Backstage Powder No Powder. I love that. I have not tried the Backstage foundation, which a lot of people do seem to love. And I think this concealer brush, this applicator, I assume is this the applicator that comes with it, which looks like a flat concealer brush? So if that's the applicator, I don't know, I think that's kind of cool. Definitely would be different if that's the applicator. I don't think it is, but yeah, that's probably not the applicator, right? But why would they have that there? Just to show you the shade? Why wouldn't they show you the applicator? Anyway, yeah, 22 shades. I mean, you know, you don't need 40 shades for a concealer. I guess 22 is okay. I'm not sure. I'm interested, not gonna lie. I am interested. I do love me some concealer. And because I love the powder so much, you know, I also got a sample of one of their foundations. Apparently they reformulated, right? It was Dior that reformulated some of their foundations. Yeah, it was Dior. Their Matte Forever foundation, I got a sample of that from Sephora. Apparently they reformulated it. I never tried the original, so I don't know what that was like or how they compare. But that foundation is so beautiful, so skin-like, so gorgeous. And yeah, that too makes me want to try this concealer. So, you know, at some point, I might pick it up. I might. I'm not in a hurry, but I would be curious to try it. I will be looking out for people's videos though, if anyone picks it up. But yeah, that I'm interested in. That rounds out our episode today. Let me know in the comments. Are you interested in any of these new makeup releases? Are you planning to pick any of them up? Have you picked some of them up already? Let me know in the comments. If you liked this video, then please give it a like and consider subscribing. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you again next week. Until then, bye-bye.